I did a comparison on St. Kitts and Nevis versus Turkey for fast-track citizenship. I did this comparison on these two passports because I had a notification from a guy that really didn't understand the best way to pick a second passport and citizenship. And it was actually dealing with Turkey and St. Kitts and Nevis, so I wanted to clarify, how this is done. In this video, I'm going to give you the factors that you should look at when picking a second passport and see which passport passes these requirements and which one does not, and a comparison of these two passports. Also, if you're making at least 150,000 US dollars a year and or you have a net worth at least 1 million US, and you want to learn how to legally get your taxes to zero, how to get a second passport as quick as 2 months, do 3 things. Hit the subscribe button to the right of your screen right here, and also the notification bell next to that subscription button. You'll get new videos as they come out automatically. And number 2 is I'd like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below and I'll get back with you there. And number 3 is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and ask for some help. All right, now I actually looked at the Turkish passport fast track program myself and was very interested in getting the passport. Not when it first came out, when it was really expensive, but when they dropped the price. I was really interested at that point. And I ran it through my qualifications for making a decision and getting a second passport, and this is what I came up with. When I look at a second passport, these are the questions I always ask myself. Number 1 is, does the country allow dual citizenship? Number 2 is the cost or investment reasonable to get the passport? Can you get the passport in under a year? Number 4 is, are there any military requirements? Number 5 is, can you at least, the people in the country where you're getting the passport, can they at least speak my native language? And I would say at least 90% of the people there can speak my native language. And number 6 is, does the country have a territorial or pure tax haven status? And number 7 is, am I going to have to pass any sort of language test to get the passport? And number 8 is, how many countries can you go to visa-free or visa-free on arrival to? And number 9 is that country part of the EU or applied for EU membership? All right, now let's look at the actual, I'm going to go through these actually in detail and more or less let you make a decision based on these qualifications. And these qualifications, you should be really considering these when you're going back through and you're trying to make a decision on what you're ultimately going to do. Otherwise, I think you're going to look in the end and probably get pissed off with yourself by not taking this and analyzing it. All right, let's look at number 1. Does the country allow dual citizenship? All right, now, St. Kitts and Nevis and also Turkey allow dual citizenship, so they're equal on that. Number 2 is the cost or investment reasonable to get the passport? They're both very cheap, and depending on, with St. Kitts, which option, whether you're going with a fractional or standalone unit. And of course, Turkey is basically, you're investing in a property anywhere in Turkey. And now with St. Kitts, you can invest anywhere in St. Kitts and Nevis as long as the property is at least $400,000 investment. So they both qualify on that end. Number 3 is, can you get the passport under a year? Both of these you can get in under a year. Now, of course, St. Kitts, if you go with the, you would have to pay extra for this, but you can get a passport in St. Kitts and Nevis as quick as 2 months. In fact, it's actually 45 days. There is no country where you can get a citizenship and passport that quick anywhere in the world. Number 4 is, are there any military requirements? Now, on the fast track program, on both of them, there are no military requirements. Number 5 is, can at least 90% of the people in that country speak my native language? Let's look at myself. I can't speak Turkish. Okay, I can speak English and a little bit of Spanish. And I'm going to tell you something, it makes it a lot easier if you can learn, if you already know that language ahead of time. I would always encourage people to, if you don't know the language in that country you're getting citizenship in, even if there's no language requirement, and you can pick one in another country that speaks your native language, pick the one that speaks your native language. Makes things a lot easier, okay? Number 6 is, does the country have a territorial or pure tax haven status? Now, St. Kitts does have a pure tax haven status. There's no income tax, no capital gains tax, no estate tax, no inheritance tax. Turkey has an income tax if you reside there. If you get the passport, you don't live there, fine. But this is the problem you're going to run into. If you ever move back to Turkey, you're going to have taxes as high as the U.S. So this is something you're going to have to think about. And the reason I bring this out, this came up with a notification that I got from a guy. And he basically stated that fact, which was true, that most people don't move to the country where they get their passport in. All right, but a lot of people run into this problem, is that they will actually maybe get citizenship in Turkey, get residency in Panama, and then what happens is they move to Panama and they want to set up a business. So they go to the lawyer and they set up a company, and the lawyer says, what sort of business are you going to be getting involved with? And you tell them you're going to be getting in the insurance business. And you go, oh, well, you should have told me this ahead of time. You can't do that type of business. Well, then I'll pick real estate. Well, you can't do that either. Well, then I'll set up a retail outlet. You can't do that either. And then all of a sudden the lawyer gives you a list of all the businesses you can't do. So now you're going to have to do, and the lawyer looks at you and says, where are you from? And you say, well, I'm from Turkey. I've got my citizenship there. And he says, why don't you go back to Turkey and run your business from there? And then you go, well, I really don't want to do that because their income tax in Turkey is as bad as the country I came from. So this is the point I'm trying to bring out to you right here. If you don't like the tax system, even if you don't move there, don't get the passport. Okay, because you might end up being there. And then you're paying for taxes you shouldn't have had to pay to begin with if you thought this process out. And I see this happen over and over and over again with people. I'm trying to tell you how to get around problems, okay? And this is how you do it. If you got the citizenship, you're not barred out of these opportunities because you have all the rights that a regular citizen has when you do this. So pick countries that you like their tax laws. All right, now number 7 is, am I going to have to pass a language test to get the passport? Neither one of these countries, you have that problem. How many countries, number 8, can you go to visa-free or visa-free on arrival to? Well, Turkish passport holders can go to 110 countries visa-free or visa-free on arrival to. St. Kitts and Nevis passport holders can go to 156 countries visa-free or visa-free on arrival. There's no contest there. St. Kitts and Nevis passport holders can go to 46 more countries visa-free and visa-free on arrival too. These are the types of things that you need to look at. Number 9 is the last one. Is that country part of the EU or applied for EU membership? St. Kitts has no interest in becoming an EU member, okay? First of all. Turkey has applied for EU membership. A lot of people count as a positive. I count as a negative because they're going to be the first country, promise you, they're going to start taxing based on citizenship. And then you're going to be in a tax trap, which I've done tapes on this before. You're going to have to relinquish, get out of it. They could have exit taxes when you do that. There's nothing positive about becoming an EU member. Trust me, okay? You don't want any country that's applied for EU membership, and you don't want any sort of country that's already a EU member. Anyway, if you're currently making at least $150,000 US a year, and or you got a net worth at least 1 million US, and you want to legally learn how to get your taxes to zero, or how to get a second passport as quick as 2 months, do 3 things, hit the subscribe button to the right of your screen here, and you get new videos as they come out automatically. Number 2 is I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below. And number 3 is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com. Hit the top bar which says apply with us. Fill out those questions, then hit that bar at the bottom that says send it to us. We'll get back with you. We deal with a lot of citizenship by investment, residency by investment countries all over the world. And I'll look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.